Sunday, March 20, 2011. I'm going to give you a walkthrough of another job here. This is actually the steering rack boot replacement. Once again, this is a 1995 Subaru Legacy wagon, and I've had the car for about 2 weeks, and it needed some initial repairs before it was drivable. So when I was doing the CV axles, I noticed that the steering rack boots were also shot, which is pretty common on these cars. And that's these new rubber boots you see right here. I already did the job, but I actually have to take it apart today and get some more grease in there. Anyhow, over time these become compromised, they split open, the grease spills out, and if you let it go too long, you ruin your steering rack. I actually think that I caught this, as bad as the boots were, they were shot, completely shot on both sides. I don't think the steering rack is ruined, so the boot itself is actually only held in place by this clamp, and although there's a zip tie here with the replacement boot, the original was held in by kind of a spring band, kind of like a more or less a metal rubber band. You'll understand it when you see it. So in order to replace that, the first thing you have to do is jack the car up, get the wheel off, and you have to separate the tie rod end here from the steering knuckle. So in order to do that, you remove the cotter pin, undo the castle nut, and you need a tie rod end puller, and you pull the tie rod end out of the steering knuckle. When I put this back together, I actually used new tie rod ends. So then you have to undo the jam nut here and take the tie rod end off. Once that's done, replacement is pretty easy. You just undo this spring clamp right here, take it off, undo the band on the other side of the boot there, pull the boot off, clean it up as best you can, re-grease it, and put it all back together. Now, like I said, I think when I did this yesterday, because I haven't done these in a couple of years, I think I just didn't get quite enough grease in there, and there was, at really low speed turning, there was a little bit of a binding noise. So in order to avoid that and avoid any damage, I'm not gonna take it all apart, but I'm gonna pull the boots back just enough so I can get a lot more grease in there, and then put it all back together again. Hopefully it should be okay. But like I said, the car was steering fine, so I'm not too worried about it. And once this is all done today, I'm going to take the car in for tires, alignment, and inspection.